Hi, and welcome to Midweek Music News. Sharing the honor with me this evening on the program is my good friend Russell Scott from FM 105.
Bud, glad to be here today.
Russell, you and I spent a lot of time, about 6 or 7 hours, as a matter of fact, this past Sunday out at Simonton for the first annual Ben Johnson Pro Celebrity Steer Roping and Cutter Horse Show.
Competition out at Simonton at the Round-Up. Met a lot of good people, a lot of top-name stars and a lot of top-name rodeo stars. And they were all real down-to-earth people. They, really good folks. They stopped and said hello to everybody and signed a lot of autographs. And we just had a great time.
As we take a look at the video, we see now the grand entry in progress. And coming up shortly on your screen, you'll see Dr. Ignacio Rodriguez, the world champion rope expert.
That's right. He's from Mexico. There he is. And, boy, he can handle a lasso expertly.
I might mention, Russell, that it was a very successful event. Somewhere in the vicinity of 5,000 people showed up out there this past Sunday at Simonton at the Round-Up Rodeo Arena. There's some of the crowd now. And coming up now is our good friend from Simonton, Texas, Clay O'Connor, to introduce the man of the day, Ben Johnson, along with Joe Crow.
World champion cowboy 1953. Let's have a nice welcome to Joe Crow and Mr. Ben Johnson.
Here they are coming out into the arena. Ben Johnson on your left and Mr. Joe Crow on the right. And they presented Mr. Ben Johnson with a big, nice portrait out in the step.
Right, Joe Crow and Ben Johnson have been together for a long time. They've worked together and they've rodeoed together long, long time. Both
and actually
they were
world champions. Yes, they were paired off this past Sunday in the team roping event. Here now is the presentation of the picture. A beautiful picture of
Uncle Ben.
Uncle Ben. Sure like to have that to myself. Fine man, a gentleman, Ben Johnson and his partner there, Joe Crow.
Might point out that the purpose of the whole show was to raise money for the Texas Embassy, which will be a 1,000-acre living museum in the Texas Hill Country.
They gave it the appropriate number, number one. Here we are talking with the man, Ben
Johnson.
Johnson.
To begin with, the man that the whole event is named after, Uncle Ben, they call him. Mr. Ben Johnson. Mr. Ben Johnson, it is indeed a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Thanks.
And I must say that you certainly know how to draw a crowd.
Well, by George, we're sure proud everybody's come out to visit with us. This is going to be a wonderful thing here in Texas. This Texas Embassy, we're going to get this big park together, and it's going to be worldwide. It's going to be history that everybody in the world can drive by and look at.
Well, Uncle Ben, like I said, this whole event was your idea. Was it also your idea to start the Texas Embassy underway with the building of the Museum of Texas?
Well, the whole group, everybody down here has gotten behind it. It's everybody's idea, and everybody's getting behind it. I think next year it's going to be much bigger. I don't know if it'll be any better or not, but it'll be a lot bigger. And we're looking forward to having it again next year.
Are you planning on having it at the same place here in Simonton, Texas?
I tell you, Bud, I don't know. I think maybe this is going to be too small. We're going to have to get us a bigger building to get in.
Might have to take it to the Astrodome.
Liable to. Liable to.
Well, I say one thing. I hope this is certainly not the last show.
Well, I'm sure it won't be. If all of them will just stay behind me, we'll turn over the world if they'll just come on.
We appreciate you taking time out. We know you're busy here today. And we certainly want to thank you so much for visiting with us on Midweek, Mr. Ben Johnson. And as I've said many times on the program, the last picture show is always my favorite picture show of all.
Thank you, Bud.
Thank you, Mr. Ben Johnson.
We're back at the Simonton Rodeo. My name's Russell Scott, and sitting high in the saddle right here is none other than Newly from Gunsmoke, better known as Bud Taylor. How long have you been in rodeo?
Well, I've been around horses all my life, and I just started roping a little bit. And, of course, this event here is something that I hope happens every year here in the Houston area for Ben Johnson. And the Texas Embassy this year is what we're trying to raise money for. And I think it'll be a real tribute to Texas. And it's for Texans, by Texans, and it'll be a real historical fantastic place that they're trying to build. There'll be buildings, not only buildings, but a place where you can bring your kids and they'll actually function. In other words, it'll be working ranch type outfit. There'll be animals that are native to Texas, and you can see them. There's a whole botanical outfit with the native flowers and whatever grows here in Texas. You know, it's going to be a fantastic thing.
You've got you played newly on Gunsmoke for quite a while, and we haven't seen a whole lot of you since then.
Well, I've still been working out. There's a movie coming out pretty soon called The Triumphs of a Man Called Horse. And I've got a real good part in that, and I hope everybody goes and sees it. It's PG rated. You can take the kids, and I think you'll like it.
Well, Buck, I know you're busy and you've got to get into the arena, but I do appreciate you taking the time out to visit with us.
Thank you, Russell. Thank you very much.
Buck Taylor, newly on Gunsmoke for 8 years, and here at the Simonton Rodeo.
Here's a man that's certainly tall in the saddle, and he's always high on the charts, in the country music charts. Here at the Round-Up Rodeo Arena, if his horse will be still, we'd like for you to meet George Strait.
Hi, Bud. How you doing?
Hey, we're having a good time out here today, George. I'll tell you one thing, it's just about too hot to do anything. Well, it's so hot, we've got a fire we can't put out here. What do you think about that?
Oh, no. That's a good one, Bud, yeah. No, it is pretty hot out here, but we'll manage.
George, we certainly appreciate you visiting with us on midweek, and I'm sure that Mr. Ben Johnson, Uncle Ben, certainly appreciates you showing up at the first annual Ben Johnson Pro Celebrity Steer Roping, the Team Roping and Cutter Horse Show here in Simonton, Texas.
I wouldn't have missed it for the world, I guarantee you. I was real happy I got invited, and I'd have probably canceled the date to come out here.
A lot of country music fans may not know that this man is not just a singing cowboy in the words of a promotion man, but he is really an authentic Western cowboy. You were a cowboy before you became a singer, right, George?
Well, I guess you could say that.
What is your favorite event in rodeos?
Team roping.
Team roping? Well, the best of luck to you today.
Thank you, Bud.
Hi, this is Russell Scott from the Simonton Rodeo, the Ben Johnson Pro Celebrity Team Roping event. Standing with me is star from Chips, Mr. Larry Wilcox. Larry, how are you today?
Pretty good. A little hot, a little muggy, but I'm doing fine.
A little hot. You ready for the competition?
Well, I'm as ready as I guess I will be. I haven't roped in about 2 years, and I practiced a little bit yesterday, and maybe I'll go out there and make a clown of myself, but I've roped a long time in my life, so maybe it'll come through.
Larry, we heard a story about you a little while ago during the grand entry that yesterday during the practice rounds you dropped everything and went to see a young man that was sick. Can you tell us a little?
Well, you know, the little boy has leukemia or cancer of the liver, and it's just kind of a thing that's all we're here for, really, is to take care of people like that.
That sure was nice of you to do something like that, to take the time. How long have you been rodeoing? How did you get into the business?
Well, I've been a member of the PRCA for about maybe 4 or 5 years, and I was raised in Wyoming, and both sides of my family had cattle ranchers, so I've been around it most of my life.
Is it different than riding a motorcycle?
Yeah, red line's a little different. Actually, motorcycles are a lot of fun. The only problem is, you know, it's just a matter of time before you wreck them. But the people in rodeo are real good. Ben Johnson and Jim Shoulders and Larry Mahan. Those people are all their own individual and independent kind of people and kind of their own man. It's nice to be around people like that aren't trying to prove something to you all the time.
Right. Well, we appreciate you taking the time out and wish you good luck in today.
Thank you. Thank you. I need it. See you later.
Larry Wilcox from Chips. I'm Russell Scott from the Simonton Rodeo.
Coming up now, Russell, the prettiest portion of the program.
That's right. 1983 Miss America.
Deborah Sue Maffett. She represented the state of California in the Miss America pageant, but she's a local girl. She was raised in Houston. Her folks live in Cut and Shoot, Texas. Deborah Sue Maffett. Miss America, 1983. We had the opportunity to visit with Deborah Sue. We might apologize for the fact that we had some audio problems, but here I am giving her my phone number.
But tell the truth, you just didn't offer enough money to do the audio portion.
Well, I'll tell you what, she is such a lovely lady and a talented lady. She actually got up and performed at the rodeo. She sung a couple of songs. I remember one of the songs she did was an old Hank Williams tune called You're Cheating Hard. And she informed me that she had some offers to do a talk show on television, so we might be expecting to see her in the very near future. After she gives up her reign as Miss America, she may become a television personality, just like you.
Just like me. Well,
And we're back live
Maybe.
in the studio here at Columbia Cable TV. That's going to just about wrap things up for midweek.
that's right.
today,
But
Russell.
before we end, I'd like to say it was a pleasure being out there with you and Cindy and everybody else. We had a great time, and I want to do it next year.
All right. I just might bring you back next week and let you help me co-host Midweek
right.
Music News. We got to get out of here.
Okay, let's go.
The best way to go is with a gentleman named George Strait. Closing out our program this week on Midweek Music News, the latest single, the one we talked about in the interview with George Strait, A Fire I Can't Put Out. See you next week on Midweek Music News. Bye, Russell.